Thank you. My name is Andy Garrison. I'm a candidate for sheriff of Jackson County. I was born and raised here in Jackson County. My parents worked in Jefferson Mills. I graduated high school here and went off to be a veterinarian down and to take my training at Abraham Baldwin College. Got changed over to criminal justice, and that was a lifelong career. I've received degrees in sociology, criminal justice, and a master's in public administration. I came back to Jefferson and served Jefferson Police Department and Jackson County Sheriff's Office. And then the sheriff lost his job, and then I was asked to work for Clark County Police. I went down there and ran the SWAT team, supervisor over investigation, crime scene investigation, bombs, and you name it. I was asked in '83 to take over the State Police Academy, where I served until December 31st of this year after receiving my retirement from there. In that job, I trained thousands of law enforcement officers throughout the state in all kinds of disciplines, set up standards, set policy, hired different people, was on promotion boards, and it is my goal, just like any doctor, lawyer, or accountant that goes off and gets trained, to bring my services back and serve the people of Jackson County. Thank you. Well, I think the top three challenges in Jackson County is, number one, our drug problem. I think we need to address it. We need to address it quickly and effectively. We need to do that by being proactive. That's number two. We need to prepare for our future. You know, Jackson County in the past 10 years has grown 50%, and that is in a depressed economy. It's going to grow even more. We're probably looking at 80,000 people by the 2020 census. We really need to address these issues before they become problems in this county, and we do that by being proactive. The other thing I think my challenge is, and I think it's the challenge of any sheriff that takes the oath of office, is to protect the constitutional rights of the citizens of Jackson County. And that's not only the rights that the government gives all of our citizens in this fair country, but it's also to protect you from abusive government. The sheriff is the last stand before you're affected here in this county. And I think those are going to be my top three challenges. I appreciate it. As I stated before, I think the number one issue in Jackson County is our drug problem. It affects so many things in our community, our people, our schools, our children. We're being squeezed here in Jackson County by all these surrounding counties. And I-85 almost cuts our heart, and it's bringing that corridor all the way from the largest drug capital in the United States, Atlanta, all the way up to D.C. And we're right in that corridor. What would I do to address this would be to set a three-prong approach. The first thing we need to do is we need to educate our children. We need to be in the schools. We need to teach them drug resistance education. Number two, we need to actively and aggressively go after these drug dealers. We need to put them in jail. But if we only do those two, it's going to be a revolving door. The third thing we need to do is we need to have some kind of rehabilitation program to get their ideas back of these drugs back out and put it on something else. Many of these people are addicts, just like alcohol addicts. We need to give them something else. So we need to start working with our different organizations like the Potter's House, other social services. I have some ideas about working with our Humane Society about bringing programs into our jail and giving our inmates there some responsibilities, different things like that. The other issue that we have that goes hand in hand with our drugs is we're having a increasing gang problem in this county. We're beginning to see it in the outer edges of the county, and it's coming in a little bit closer. That, too, starts with education, starts with having services for our youth so they'll have something to do versus staying with these gangs. We have them activities that to build their character. Thank you. Well, I come from an organization of over a $20 million budget. My division was responsible for over $6 million of that. I manage the Northeast Georgia Police Academy, currently called the Georgia Public Safety Training Center, Athens, and I've done so for the last 28 years. And I have led that organization to be the top producing academy in the state of Georgia. In doing that, my responsibilities were budgeting. I adhere to a zero-based budget, and for those of you not familiar with that, that is a budget where every year you have to justify all your expenses. It's not a continuation budget where you just add something to it every year to pad it. You have to justify exactly what you do and what is needed before you can get funding. I've been on hiring boards. I've dealt with discipline issues. I've set policy. I've established policy. I've been on hiring boards. The day-to-day activities of running a large organization is what I've been used to. I just would like the opportunity to bring my training and my experience and my education back up here and do the same for the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Thank you. Okay, of the 6 municipalities in Jackson County, I trained every chief with the exception of Mr. Clarence Sullins from Maysville. He's just a little bit older than I am. I also trained 90% and more of every officer here that is an officer here in Jackson County. So the relationship I had with them is beginning them off on their career. My expertise were in criminal law, constitutional law, search and seizure law. So the relationship I've had with them has been great. Secondly, we've had 2 Citizens Police Academies here in Jackson County in the past year, and I've worked intently with every department in this county, and it's just been a great cooperative effort. I think I would continue that when I become your sheriff. The answer to that is if the deputy lives in Jackson County, I see no problem at all with him or he or she taking their car home with them. It will increase the visibility of the Sheriff's Department in those areas. Just the appearance of the cars itself will help crime reduction. But taking it out of the county would have to be a no-no at this point, just because of the amount of money it would cost. Taking it home, if they live here, would be a benefit not only to the officer but to the citizens of Jackson County. Again, thank you for everyone coming out, and thank the Chamber and the Farm Bureau for putting this little forum on. I will say that in closing, I was born and raised in Jackson County, Garrison. I still have family here. I have relatives all over this county. Just like your doctor, just like your lawyer, just like your accountant that you trust in this county, you know, they may not have been born and raised here, but they're coming back and serving you. And that's what I want to do. I've had all this training, education, and experience a lifetime, and I want to come back to the county where I was raised, and give back to each and every one of you the best sheriff that you'll see in the future. I would like to, before he ends, thank Stan Evans for the job he's done. I appreciate that, but we need to move on. We have a chance to hire a new CEO. I would like your vote on July 31st.